what's up? New X-Men Marvel Universe movie details, release date, and which. Let's see what the cause wanted to say about this and check this out.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder. I'm Warren Thompson, and things are getting really, really exciting for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Lately, we have had a lot of crazy exciting news. News that the Fantastic Four has begun pre-production. They are now testing the camera lenses that they are going to use for the film in preparation of shooting the actual movie. We are getting a lot of news about Deadpool 3 and the old Fox characters returning and cameoing in that movie. Plus, Loki season 2 is right around the corner. It is this week. We are 5 days away. Tomorrow I can do my social media reaction, and then Tuesday morning I can give my review. No spoilers. I won't do any spoilers, but I will give you my thoughts on the first 4 episodes of Loki season 2. And of course, we have a recent announcement about the X-Men movie. It was announced by Deadline that Marvel Studios is getting ready to meet with writers for a new X-Men film. And today we have even more information about what Marvel Studios' plans are for this new X-Men movie and when we're going to be getting this movie. This has been a hot topic lately because when this movie comes out is going to greatly determine and affect the story. If it comes out before Avengers Secret Wars, then obviously they're going to fit somehow into the multiverse saga and storyline and probably be a part of Avengers Secret Wars. Then of course, as we talked about, that raises the question, well, what exactly happens to the X-Men and the rest of the universe and the multiverse for that matter after Secret Wars, especially if they are indeed going to be doing a soft reboot? How will that all fall into place? But it looks like they might actually be planning to do it after Avengers Secret Wars, which I think a lot of people might actually prefer. Sort of a fresh start for the X-Men, not connected really to any storyline we have going on right now. That way they can be completely free with whatever story they want to write for the new X-Men. But what do the fans think? Do you all have a preference? Would you rather the new X-Men team, so we're not talking about the old Fox X-Men coming in, but a new one with new characters and new actors coming in? Would you like them to come before Secret Wars and have them be a part of that storyline, or after, once Multiverse Saga ends, Phase 6 ends, and we dive into Phase 7? Let us know what you'd prefer. Now, here's what we have recently heard, and both of these reports are coming from The Insider. Can we get some toast? And here's what they said in reply to a tweet. This was the tweet. Exclusive, the wait is over with the WGA strike ending. Open writing assignments are a big priority around town, and Marvel just set a big one as their X-Men movie is finally starting development, as execs will meet with writers this fall to hear pitches via Deadline, who Justin Kroll, who wrote this, is with. And in response, Can We Get Some Toast said this sounds exciting on paper, but it's actually not that exciting if you consider how Feige wants the X-Men to appear in the MCU post-Avengers Secret Wars. That's still 4+ years away, and that is the truth. If they are indeed coming post Secret Wars, which I believe is what Kevin Feige's plan is going to be, we'll talk about why in just a second. If it is post Secret Wars, that's 4+ years out. Right now, unfortunately, due to the strikes, kind of all the future release dates are up in the air right now. They are subject to change, and even without the strikes, they can always change the release dates on their own. Right now, it's set for May 7th of 2027. So that's where that 4+ years comes from. We're in 2023 now. In 4 years, we should get Avengers Secret Wars, fingers crossed, and that's when the X-Men will come. And that is what Can We Get Some Toast is stating right here. It's all very exciting that they're starting to work on the X-Men movie and working on bringing the X-Men into the MCU. Unfortunately, it's a long way away, but depending on how you look at this, this could be a really great thing. If you want Marvel Studios and the MCU to be able to do whatever they want story-wise with the X-Men in the MCU, then having them come after Avengers Secret Wars is the way to do it. Plus, not to mention, we do have a lot coming between now and Avengers Secret Wars. A lot will happen to hold us over. Plus, we are getting some X-Men. And not just some old X-Men, but possibly new actors playing old characters, which will be really cool to see. Who knows, maybe Henry Cavill will pop up as a Wolverine variant, and in Deadpool 3. Anything's possible, and I really would love to see him in the MCU, even if it's just a little cameo. But it's been made pretty clear that everything that we're going to see between now and Avengers Secret Wars X-Men wise is either just going to be a tease about the new mutants and X-Men that are going to come, like how they teased Miss Marvel being a mutant, or they are going to be the original Fox X-Men characters making cameos. Now, another important thing that Can We Get Some Toast tweeted out was the current idea to reboot the X-Men in the MCU does not feature Wolverine on the team. There's a reason why Marvel is starting to push the X-Men so hard across all mediums and will continue to push them until they're on the big screen. And this is actually really interesting, and there is a really great reason that Marvel Studios would do this. We'll talk about that in just a bit. But first, a big thank you to HelloFresh for sponsoring this video. Many of you may know that I personally use HelloFresh and I love it. It makes cooking fun, easy, and it's affordable. And that's why it's America's #1 meal kit delivered straight to your door. And you might not know that they actually have seasonal recipes. Right now, since it's summer, they have their new Fresh and Fit Summer menu. So if you're trying to get that beach bud, but you're also trying to eat really great tasting food, it's perfect for you. Right now, it's peak time for summer produce, and HelloFresh makes sure you get all the best picks all season long. Their ingredients travel from the farm to your door in less than 7 days for quality you can taste. If you are trying to impress your friends this summer by doing some cooking for them, HelloFresh makes it super simple. They give you all of the ingredients and tell you exactly how to make each meal. And the best part is, right now you can go to hellofresh.com/50cosmic and use code 50cosmic for 50% off plus 15% off the next 2 months. That's hellofresh.com/50cosmic and use code 50cosmic for 50% off plus 15% off the next 2 months. Now, the reason that Marvel Studios is going to do this, not really have a heavy focus on Wolverine right away in the MCU, is because the X-Men are a huge ensemble. It is not just Wolverine. Yes, the Fox X-Men movies did make Wolverine the face of that universe and the face of the X-Men, and that was fine. It was iconic, it was great, and there were a lot of amazing characters in that franchise besides Wolverine as well. And everybody is super looking forward to Hugh Jackman returning as Wolverine and going into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, of course. However, there are so many other amazing characters that are a part of the X-Men in the comics. Plus, not to mention, Wolverine is not a part of the original X-Men team. And Can We Get Some Toast even posted a picture of the original X-Men comic cover, and a lot of us have even recently been talking about how Marvel Studios might try to do an X-Men First Class for their first storyline for the X-Men and mutants in the MCU. We talked about this in pretty good detail yesterday in our podcast, so be sure to check that out. But Can We Get Some Toast also implies that the X-Men First Class team might be the ones that we see in the MCU at first. And that's going to be fantastic, having a focus on Cyclops, on Iceman, Jean Grey, Angel, who is also named Warren, and some other amazing heroes. Then we have to go down the route of the Weapon X program. That is a whole story on its own. That could be multiple movies built up to Wolverine, but they should take their time telling that story, which is another reason why Wolverine shouldn't just come into the MCU on the new X-Men team right away, because they should tell the story of the Weapon X program, which I believe they are actually about to do in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We're about to see some of this start to happen in Captain America Brave New World and the Thunderbolts. We know that Tiamat Island is going to have adamantium, which is of course what Wolverine's metal is. So I think we're about to see the beginning here for the Weapon X program in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which will ultimately bring in Logan, Wolverine. But it does sound like there is going to be an established X-Men team before he makes his way into the MCU as a part of that team. Plus, not to mention, Hugh Jackman's Wolverine is going to get a lot of spotlight in Deadpool 3 and some other projects in the multiverse saga. Kevin Feige's plan is to focus on those original Fox X-Men characters, bringing them into the Marvel Cinematic Universe so they can be a part of this universe that didn't exist back in the 2000s, and then say goodbye. And remember, Kevin Feige worked on those X-Men films. He was an associate producer in 2000. He's been with Marvel a long time, so to be able to bring these old friends of his, their characters, into the MCU and give them a proper goodbye, that's where he's at right now, and I think it sounds like a great plan right before we get the new X-Men. But go ahead and let me know your thoughts about all of this in the comments down below. What do you think should be the first X-Men storyline, and who do you think should be on the first X-Men team? Let us know down below. We are also starting a new monthly giveaway. All you got to do to enter is subscribe to the channel and leave a comment down below. The winner gets to pick between an Xbox Series X, a PS5, some Marvel Legends items, or some DC items. They pick one item and we pick one winner at the end of each month. Don't forget to like the video, and you can find us on Instagram and Twitter as well. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.
Please subscribe, like this video. Have a great day, and see you guys. Bye.